government has pledged to complete by December this year the construction of a stalled school block at Breman Jamra in the central region where 6 kindergarten children died after the building collapsed on them. Following the incident, which occurred on January 31, 2017, then Education Minister Matthew Opoku-Prempeh said contractors will be immediately sent to the site today. We, on Total Recall, Joinese's Richard Kojo Nyako visited the community and returned with a story of unfulfilled promises.
It was in the month of February, and that day was supposed to be a beautiful Tuesday morning here at Breman Jamra. But sadly, the day turned into morning. About 70 pupils aged 4, 5 and 6 were about to settle for studies when the building collapsed on them. 6 of them died instantly. It got the entire country talking. The Education Minister visited the scene of the accident in a swift manner. Government made the community a promise, pulled down a school block that also posed a grave danger to the lives of the school pupils here. It's been more than 4 years and that block hasn't been completed. Nana Kwesienin, the third, is the Jasin of Breman Jamra.
When the building collapsed, the Minister of Education, through the Minister of Education, came here. They gave us a promise that they were going to reconstruct the building. Indeed, the construction started. And on my left, you can see that a project is ongoing. It's been in this state for the past 6 years or so. And the problem is that as it's being exposed, the building is exposed to the vagaries of the weather. So the sun is hitting it, the rains are falling on it. So it's weakening the structure. And if care is not taken, something untoward may happen.
Luckily, that particular KG block that collapsed on the school pupils was rebuilt by an NGO within months. But it seems government promise might take a decade or two to be fulfilled.
I'm here in one of the classrooms here at Breman Jamra Methodist School. See, the students are crammed in this small classroom building. This is as a result of government's inability to complete the project it started. So this is a typical classroom here, and this island is the Form 3 classroom. The room is very, very, very hot. I'm sweating, and you can look at the sweaty face of these young ones. This chair, for instance, is being shared by 3 students.
My name is Erica Fezi. So when our teachers are teaching, we find it difficult to understand because we are uncomfortable. We are sitting in 3-3, so when we are being constructed, we are not able to construct it well. We want the government to continue our buildings for us so that we can be spaded.
We are feeling bad. Then we can't even write. 3 people are sharing desks and it's bad for us. We want to change. We plead the government to come and complete the building for us so that we can go and learn.
It's not only the Methodist school block here that has issues, but also the district assembly school blocks. The school blocks that are housing these school pupils are death traps on their own. There are cracks and crevices all over. The floors of these school buildings are piped, and the entire blocks have gone through patching to save them from collapsing. The school pupils here have to close whenever it threatens to rain. An opinion leader in the community, Nana Kojo Nyako, appeals for support. He says they cannot wait for another disaster to happen.
But the unfortunate incident happened some time ago, and it was a big rainstorm which ripped off the roofing of the building, part of it. That has caused this building to be in this state. In fact, every effort has been made through the district assembly, and many letters have been written to the government to come at least to do something about the building. In fact, all has proved futile. Now, this is the state of the building. In fact, there was a KG somewhere around here, and the KG was so dangerous. In fact, it could have caused accident. as it happened some time ago. So the teachers decided to keep the children in this computer office.
Well, the DC for Isikmo Odobin Brakwa, Isaac Odum, when contacted, indicated it was due to lack of funds, and whenever there were funds available, the building would be tackled. I'm leaving the community now, hoping something urgent would be done about these dilapidated structures that are serving as places for academic activities. They are obviously disasters waiting to happen. Richard Kwejenyako, Joy News, Breman Jamra.
Richard, with our total recall there, well, Chief for the area, Nana Kwesi Ening III, tells Joy News at least 3 school buildings have cracks in them and is appealing to government to act quickly before another disaster happens. He spoke on the AM show.
When the building collapsed, the Minister of Education, through the Minister of Education, came here. They gave us a promise that they were going to reconstruct the building. Indeed, the construction started, and on my left, you can see that a project is ongoing. It's been in this state for the past 6 years or so, and the problem is that as it's being exposed, the building is exposed to the vagaries of the weather. So the sun is hitting it, the rains are falling on it, so it's weakening the structure, and if care is not taken, something untoward may happen.
And as the chief for the area there, well, District Chief Executive of Isikuma Odobin Brakwa, Isaac Odum, explains the construction of the school stalled because of lack of funds. He, however, promises the construction will be completed by December this year. Sincere apologies for that. We'll hear from the DCE subsequently in the bulletin. If we don't hear about him in the bulletin, we'll bring you in our subsequent bulletins. But to move on to other stories.